Howdy, Mike McCoy here. Up here at the house today. It's been kind of wet and bad today, so we didn't sow. So I just thought I'd talk to you a little bit. We'd have a little meeting. I just had a lot of stuff on my mind. A lot of sickness and death around us here in the last little bit. There's a boy last week died on his 34th birthday. Cancer got him. Had 4 little kids and wife. That was really sad. Boy I went to school with, his wife found him in the bed dead yesterday morning, had a heart attack. Another guy I know, they rushed him to the hospital today. One of his bowels had ruptured and he's got sepsis and his kidneys is shutting down, so it don't look real good for him. He's up in his 70s. That just kind of hits you hard seeing so many people sick and dying and stuff like that. But, I mean, life's for living. You don't need to worry about that no more than you have to. But I got an expiration date. I guess I worry about it more than I should. But, and my poor stepdad, he's 92 years old, be 93 in July. They had to put him in a nursing home. And me and him's estranged. I ain't spoke to him since like 2003. And it ain't so much I don't like him, and I don't think it's so much he don't like me. He may not like me, I don't know. But there's just some things come up, and I figured it's best we part ways, and he must have too. For when I hung up the phone, the last time I called him, as it. And I'm okay with it. I'm sure he is too, but I still got compassion for him. I hate to see anybody have to wind up in a nursing home and be sick and suffering and stuff like that. But my God, the old boy's had a good life. He was a raging alcoholic for years, lazier than mud. His idea of a good meal was one of these rotisserie chickens from a grocery store and a pack of Little Debbie cakes. And he's done well. I mean, his whole family's like that. All of them live to be in their 90s. There must be something said about good genes, but I hate he's getting close to the end of the line for him. It just bothers me. And my sister said, well, you ought to go talk to him. And I said, no. I said, if I went to talk to him, all he'd think is, well, you're just saying, look at me now, I'm in the nursing home, and I don't want to do that. And I know that's what he'd think. But he'll be all right. And he might get better, who knows? But today, I was wanting to talk about some of the shady deals loggers and sawmillers and people in the timber industry pull. And for something was brought up about loggers being crooked, and they are some terribly crooked loggers out there, but there's some real honest ones too. You know, it's just like everything else. But this old boy, he run a road scrape for the state, and me and him are pretty good friends. My road was dirt. The state road coming up the house was dirt till not too many years ago, and he'd scrape it, and if I was out and about, we'd speak a word or two. And he come up here one time, and he said, what's pine bringing on the stump? And I said, anywhere from about $150 to $200. I said, And back then, you could get around 3 for logs, and I mean, you'd have to be in some awful good pine right next door to me to log it for $100 1,000 back in. But anyway, that's about the spread I give him. I think it might have been from 100 to 200. I don't know. I told him, but it was pretty close to what he was bringing. He said, "My gosh, you just too cheap on that." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, this old boy over at home offered me $500 1,000 for it on the stump." I said, "Well, man, I'm just barely getting that from a lumber." I said, "I don't know how he can do that." He said, "Well, you might ought to check your market." Said, "That's what he's going to pay me." And I mean, what do you say to somebody like that? You know it's crooked, but you can't. He was so convinced there ain't nothing I could say. And if I'd have told him anything, it'd have been, well, you're just stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. So I said, well, if you can get it, that's pretty good money. I said, that's seriously what I'm selling lumber for. He said, well, you might already check your market. He said, you're selling your stuff way too cheap. Okay. Well, 6 months later, it just a little while after that, the state took the road over and they paved it, and I didn't see him much. And I run into him out the grocery store, and we was talking. He said, you know, I never did get a penny for my timber. I said, what? He said, that feller never paid me the first penny. He said, they stole every log I had. I said, that happens sometimes. And that guy done it. I ain't gonna mention no names, but that guy actually told a friend of mine, said, tell them whatever they want to hear, and just don't pay them, or pay them what you have to, you know. And the man's close to my age, and he's lived his life like that, you know. And there's another old boy down in Tennessee, and this old man he was logging for was an absolute millionaire. He made a fortune in the coal country up in Kentucky, and he come back to Tennessee and opened a sawmill up. And he had bought this huge tract of poplar. And there's a company here called Columbia, Carolina, and that's what they buy is poplar. They use it for core wood and plywood. I'm back. But now where was we at? Oh yeah, old guy in Tennessee. He got to wondering, the logs just wasn't coming in like he thought they ought to be. And he asked that old boy, said, you having problems, something wrong? Said, I'm thinking you ought to be able to produce more than what you're producing. That old boy gave him some line of crap, you know. Oh man. He went and hired a private detective. And that detective went to that logger. That logger he was a publicity hound. Now, he really was. And that detective went and told him, said that he was working for one of the popular timber magazines, and he wanted to interview him for a story. And that just tickled that old boy to death. He just go, well, yeah, come here and we'll show you. And he's showing the logging operation. They had all that poplar piled up around there, and loading road tractors, just having a big old time. And that private detective followed them road tractors and filmed them all the way down to Columbia, Carolina. We went back to the old man that owned the mill and owned the timber. And oh God, it was just almost killing over there. That boy had a brand new 450 John Deere dozer. And that old man that owned the sawmill took that dozer. It was either go to jail or give him that dozer was basically the deal he offered. And the boy gave him that dozer. And then, to beat it all, that boy went and bought him another new dozer. Well, they cut a tree on that dozer that the old man at the mill had traded for another bunch of loggers. And the dozer was supposedly still under warranty, but you know it changed hands. And that old man somehow or another talked that fella into taking it back to John Deere place and getting it fixed. I don't know how he managed to do that, but he did. He was a conniving old cuss, I'll guarantee you that. And that's just another one of the mishaps that I remember. And when we first put my mill in, I bought a big poplar patch. Everything was going good. Well, my mother got diagnosed with cancer. And I'll never forget, we went in at the house up there the day they done the biopsy on her. They went down to her lung and cut a piece out. And you could hear her rattling plumb out on the porch. And I know she wasn't for this world long. It's the only time I can remember in my life that I ever seen my mama without her teeth in her mouth. And I wanted to recognize her in the bed. But anyway, she was dying, and they told us she was dying. Well, them boys I had working for me, I thought they was pretty straight fellas, you know. And I bought this timber by the 1,000 from my homeowner. I paid him so much, 1,000 for it. And I went to him and told him, I said, I'm gonna have to just about shut the mill down. Mom passes away, so we're just gonna be up there back and forth and everything. And I said, just to keep you going, if you want, I said, just cut you some of that poplar and take it anywhere you want to and sell it. Just keep up the footage and give a homeowner. And then as soon as I get squared away with Mom, we'll go back to sawmilling hard. I said, okay. Them rascals went in there and they cut about 100,000 feet of poplar. They pulled all the veneer and all the second logs off of it and took it to a veneer company. And there I was stuck with all that low-grade poplar, and they brought it every bit in here. That just almost bankrupted me. Just coming a little bit of it. And I'd have never thought they'd have done that. You know, I thought I was trying to be good to them. And you run into all kinds in this business. I mean, another old boy brought a bunch of logs down here, old yellow pine one time, and it was as blue as a fish hook. And I told him, I said, I gotta make house logs out of this. It's gotta be fresh, always fresh. And well, you can see it's blue. And I ain't paying for nothing for it. He told all over the country, said, Mike's wife just don't know how to scale logs. Mike's wife knows how to scale logs. He just lied about what kind of logs he brought. That's another thing that really gets under my skin. These people bring that old coal stuff in here and don't get nothing out of it, take a good somewhere else and then say, I hoodooed them. I've had that happen before. But I don't know. You just have to learn to roll with the punches in this business. For everybody's going to try you out when you start. They sure will. And it don't take long to find out where the thieves is. They'll want to den up around you. And I have had some dandies. You know, this part of it, I've had people steal logs off of me as a logging for me, you know. Firewood. There's a boy at work for me. All the time whining, I need money, I need money. And I bought him a $400 triaxle load of firewood to work up on Saturday and stuff. And I said, all I want's my money back. That's all I want. Never got the first penny. He stole every bit of it. And me trying to help him. But, you know, you just learn stuff like this. If you don't learn it, you won't stay in business long. Never did try to help him again, I'll tell you that. Well, I'll get off from here. I've talked enough. Later.